So I thought I'd seen everything that Dubai has to offer, but clearly not, because here we are with part 2. There is another poetry performance coming up, and we'll get to discover more that the Dubai Expo has to offer. Okay, so we're at Sky Views Dubai. I don't know what happens up there, but down here on the screens I saw people with like harnesses on the edge of buildings all the way up there, and the way my intolerance of heights is set up, I don't know if I'm gonna hack this. I don't even know what this is. Hi,
how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Welcome to level 53. It's an altitude of 290 meters. Just go straight, please, to this gentleman. He will assist you with the slides and the last. Good luck.
The what?
This is the scariest slide in the world. It floats 219.5 meters above the city and takes you down a skyscraper from the outside of the building. The slide is made of glass and is completely transparent. This may be the most terrifying ride ever, but is it safe?
Oh God, no. Why are we sliding so high? It's the realization that you're on the 53rd floor that will mess with my head. Oh.
Hold it tight.
Okay.
Don't move your hands. Don't touch the glass, okay?
Okay. Oh my
Glass
goodness.
goes straight. And look at the camera.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Just a bit that's... Thank you. I think I thought we were going down to the first floor, like in this glass thing. Like when it dips, it dips. And then there's like, you can just see glass and air around you. I really don't want to see these pictures because I know I look so... You know how you laugh at those people on the internet on those like, what is it called? Amusement park rides? And they have like, I think that's me. So I don't want to see this. I'm so jittery. It was cool. The scary bit is like when you start, and then when you get off the mat, and now you're stepping on glass, like looking all the way down. Oh, that is not fun. But it's short. The good thing is it's very short. But like the beginning, I think I'm still shaking. This is the worst part about this job. Oh my God, if we fall. So this experience is nerve-wracking. I don't know if you can tell, because I don't know how strong this glass is. And then heights, and actually just seeing the ground from here is something. But I do feel good because normally I'm very scared of heights. So me even doing this is something. Are we done? should grab something to eat in the sky. So my leg goes over. Oh, I can remove it? Okay. Like I was ready to be like strapped. It was like tighter, but they must know what they're doing. Check back with me when we're not on the ground because things might be a lot less calm. But it's interesting. I have an open mind. Let's see how this goes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my goodness! Oh my god, it's Candango. Amazing. Okay, so that was, I think, my type of thing to do in Dubai. At first, I was worried about the whole height thing and just having to eat and be calm while your legs are dangling all the way up there. But it was so good. The food was amazing. The stuff is so good. The DJ stroke security guy was such good energy. And I would definitely do this again. This is my type of thing to do. Look at this guy just chilling. Oh my goodness. What? It's like right up here. Boy, can you see it? Wow, this thing is really deep. That's something, right? What are these? Lake Sturgeon? Ask about me. They're so cute. They're so fast. All right, so we've just gone to the aquarium, the underwater zoo, seeing penguins for the first time in my life. Like, those guys can swim. And they're so adorable. And seeing like these little like jellyfish that look surreal and just like so tiny, but they're alive. A baby shark, and seeing like a little like hospital back room that they have for like the baby sharks and baby fish. It's out of this world. I've never seen penguins. I've never seen some of those fish. We found Nemo and Dory and Bruce the shark. If you know, you know. But what I was thinking about when I was seeing the really tiny, microorganisms that exist in the water, and you probably just swim past them and not realize they're there. It's just like, we think we really are a big deal in this world, on this earth, as humans, when there's like so much more magic around us that we're not aware of. So that was something, that was humbling. All in all, this was a really good experience. So to wind down the evening, I'm going for a dinner cruise along the water. Should be fun. Apparently there's like a show at a point during the cruise. So I'm really looking forward to it because I saw really good reviews about it. So let's see how this goes. I dig it. I've seen the saxophonist tuning his sax, so that's nice. Let's see if it's going to top the dining in the sky. Let's see if this is gonna top that, because there it was like amazing to be up there and the food was really good. So now let's see. I hope the chef can hear it. Let's see. Bring it. Caught me smack in the head. So what's really awesome is part of the dinner cruise is you get to watch a show called Le Pearl, which I have no idea what it's about. What I do know is that it has raving reviews, and just from like the setup of this like amphitheater, oh, it's not an amphitheater, it's like much more than that. It looks like it's going to be a very interesting show, so I'm excited. Let's see what it's about. Like, I've never been to a show like that. Everything was so intentionally done. And then it's like the water, the lights, the cast, the dancers, the divers, the like definitely holding their breath in the water for I don't know how long and coming out and dancing. The like alien ship. What? It was mind-blowing. I've actually never been to something like that. Like, I would watch it again and again and again just because like it is so perfectly done and so well thought out. I'm blown away. This was definitely worth it.
I'm Patricia. I'm from Kenya, Nairobi, Thika. And I come from a family of 5. I'm the 4th born. We are 4 girls and then 1 boy. So me ndio baby girl, the smallest. So before I came to Dubai, at first I was staying with my mom after high school, and then I was doing biashara hapa na pale, like promotions. So me I come to Dubai. Niko excited, mimi nishapanda ndege. That time roho yangu ilikuwa inapiga. I'm like, did you make the right decision? As in, did you just leave home? So I come to Dubai, I go stay with my other sister to Dubai. She's telling me every day she's coming, she's telling me, did you leave the house? I'm like, I'm leaving the house to go where? I don't know left or right, or I just know how to get out, go to the shop and come back. And she started telling me, no, you have to go and you have to send your CVs. You have to go drop your CVs. You have to go to malls, drop your CV in different retail shops. You have to go and to hotels, ask if they are hiring, leave your CV at the reception. Nico like, there's no simpler way, as in someone I can contact and ask them if they are. She said, no, that's the hassle. So Stangu, she's the one who created the CV. So I went, my first interview, they told me, yeah, we'll call you. The second interview, I went, first of all, this guy, he's from British. I'm struggling with his English. The way he's swallowing the words. So he's saying hi to me and I'm just... So he said, hi. I don't know what he said and I'm like, good morning, you okay? Yeah, good morning. He said, I just said hi to you. Why you didn't? I'm like, oh, you said hi. Oh, so that was hi. And he was laughing. He said, yeah. So when I went to sit down with him for the interview, first of all, people lie on their CVs, like completely. Me, what I know, what my sister told me is, if you're going for an interview for a certain hotel, you have to research about that hotel. So me, I had all the answers on my fingertips. Like if they ask me, where is this hotel, where we are right now, I will say it's in this place, it's in that place. You have different hotels in different places. But this guy aliniweza that day. So he tells me, oh, I can see on your CV you're working in this place. I'm like, yeah. So which restaurant were you working in the hotel? I'm like, what? I kept repeating the name of the place. So it's like, let's say, like example, I'm working with Mason. Which restaurant? No, Mason. Yeah, in Mason, but which restaurant? And I'm like, see the hotel. So this guy started mentioning the names. And then I captured one which was saying something African. I said, yeah, that one. And they said, what's the name? No, the one that you just said now, that one. Because the other one he was explaining, he's saying Japanese cuisine. What Japanese? In Kenya, we have Japanese cuisine. Chinese cuisine. Chinese? I'm like, what? What is this guy saying? So I said that one because it sounds African. So he asked me, what was the main dish and the main drink in that, like a signature drink in the restaurant? Do you know what I said? So our signature dish was githeri. What is githeri? And then I said, if I say beans, this guy will know what I'm talking about. I said, so githeri, it's like some natural leaves, which are found in rare places. The way I was explaining the dish, and this guy was just looking at me, and he's like, no, this lady doesn't know what she's saying. First of all, when we sat down, because he saw my face, like I'm not even sure about what's happening. He asked me, are you sure everything that is on this CV is legit? I'm like, yeah, everything on that CV is true. And they said, tell me the truth now before we start. Because there was one lady who came here and she didn't know what to answer when it came to her CV. I'm like, me, 100% everything on that CV is correct. So when I started explaining about Githeri, he's looking at me and then he told me, tell me another one. I said, matoke. And I used to twang. And I say, matoke. And he's like, what is matoke? So if I go to Kenya, I ask for I say, yeah, matoke, it's very nice. Like they have a secret recipe, which only Kenyan chefs know. So he told me, tell me the process of how it's cooked. So I told him, first of all, our chef never shared their secret. They never told us anything about. And they said, so if I was a guest and I ask you how was the food prepared, you will not tell me. You'll say the chef doesn't give you the step. What if I'm allergic to something and they don't know? No. So when it comes you're allergic to. And he looked at me. He said, he didn't use allergic. He said, so if I have a dietary requirement, how will you explain you cannot have this food and this one? And I'm like, if you don't have dietary what? And this guy told me, are you sure you're a waitress? I said, okay, let me tell you the truth. I was a food runner. I used to just take the food from I said I was a server. I used to take the food and from the kitchen and just place it on the table. That's it. So he said, so you're a food runner. That's like, I'm like, food runner? No, I was only a server. I used to take, he said, yeah, that's a food runner. So he told me, you know what? I wish you all the best. But I don't think we can continue with you.
Okay, so if you had told me that I would be performing poetry twice at the Dubai Expo, I would have thought you're absolutely crazy, but you would not be crazy, you'd be speaking the truth. Because today is my second performance and it's part of the World Water Day celebrations, and it's at a conversation that's going to be centered around the Indian Ocean and looking at culture, heritage, preservation, climate change. So I had to write a piece about water, which at first I thought was going to be the hardest thing I would ever have to do, but I got down to it. Once I started writing, it just felt very fluid and natural. And I think it's so important for me to be able to be part of these conversations through my poetry, because it's a conversation that affects all of us, but not all of us are involved in conversations around climate change. So if I can do that via poetry, why not? In terms of the expo, man, this place is huge. I have not explored even a fraction yet. I'm going to change that over the next couple of days. And then it's very intentional. It's like its own mini globe, because there's pavilions for different countries that are huge and just creative and so artistic, even just from the outside before you go in. So that's amazing. Secondly, it's like you are meeting, as you walk around, people from different countries. Obviously met other Kenyans, which is awesome, but like you'll hear different languages, you'll see different races. So it literally feels like you're in a little globe. So that's really fantastic. And to be here performing poetry is just amazing. So I need to ensure that I don't forget my lines before I perform. So I'm going to go and do that. Fingers crossed that my performance goes well.
And our final part today is, last but not least, Adele, and who's written a specific poem for this. And thank you, Adele, for joining us. Over to you. And I think some music with it as well. Excellent.
Take me to the water. I heard that is where my freedom is buried. Under the waves that dance with tears of my ancestors. tears that hold stories of pain. Stories seldom found in books, stories that are too painful to slip off our tongues. Stories of those whose wildest dreams I embody today, of those who were forcefully dragged from their homes in musky, dirty boats because their skin was too rich. Of those who feel betrayed by the water. Stories of her, the water, and how she wept at their pieces and their blood. Stories of our beginning, stories of our truth. Take me back to the water, so I may ask her if she remembers. Does she recall the words that birthed our own? Does she recall the spices, the love? Does she recall the jealousy, the envy, the destruction? Could she hear the conversations about wicked plans being hatched to rip at us and who we are? Did she try to assemble the waves to help us? Or did she think that she was connecting us and birthing a unity never before seen? Take me back to the water, so I may listen as she pleads her case and undresses me of my pride, so she may cleanse my memory that is drenched in darkness, so she may teach me how to be shapeless and fluid, tender and strong, so she may remind me of how she births life every day and holds it in the palms of her hands. So she may show me how the past, the present, and the future convene at her feet. So she may introduce me to who I am, who I could be, who we could be. Take me back to the water, so she may gift me my freedom. I heard it's buried there. Dancing with waves made up of my ancestors' tears. Take me back to the water, so she may gift me my freedom to live. Thank you. So my time at the Dubai Expo has been spent memorizing my poems and performing them. I haven't really had much time to explore this place, which is its own little city that has brought together different countries that each have their own pavilion to showcase what their country is about, to celebrate important days like World Water Day, African Heritage Day. And so I'm really excited that I get to visit some of the pavilions today. Hopefully I can see some African countries. Hopefully I can see what Kenya brought to the Dubai Expo as well. So that's what we're going to do. Something. sure. Gems. Oh, this is funky. You get your own Kenyan passport. You fill out a form, your photo is taken, and it's sent to you. Cool. I'm impressed.
As many parts of the country have felt temperatures of over 40 degrees Celsius broke nighttime record.
Okay, so I thought I would clear the entire day so I could walk around the expo and go to like almost all the pavilions in a couple of hours. And my plan was going great until the sun decided to do its own thing. It's like 14 degrees, so I'm tapping out. Like, I've tapped out twice. First time just to get some water and stuff, and I thought I could keep going. One pavilion in, and like the heat is just something I've never experienced. 40 degrees is not funny. You sweat in places that you didn't know could sweat before. Oh my goodness. So I'm calling it a day, and it's my final day in Dubai anyways. First things first, the pavilions that I did end up seeing before the sun did its thing were actually quite beautiful, and we got to see the Kenyan pavilion as well. So yay, patriotism. And just the intentionality of the expo and how it's its own little city. It's crazy to walk through and just see all of these things that are happening, experience all of the cultures, and bump into people from like different walks of life, and bump into some Kenyans as well. That was also dope. In concluding my Legally Clueless tours Dubai, I think I had a very, not stereotypical, but very limited view of what Dubai was. I knew about the religious side, I knew about the partying side, but I didn't really know about the people, the soul, old Dubai, and even just the infrastructure, really. So I think that has been quite eye-opening to experience. Interacting with the people, they're so kind and so nice. Like, everybody has gone an extra mile to make sure that we're okay, which is amazing. That's what I'm going to be taking home. I'm going to be taking a bit of their culture, a bit of the soul, a bit of just the intentionality with how they develop things, and also a bit more understanding of the Kenyans who've left Kenya and come to live and work in Dubai. I think I understand that journey a lot more through the stories we recorded. So it's been great. I am melting now, so it's time to head back home.